Aloha my kako, this is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. We're going to be doing a pick a card for Cancer. You can choose them however you'd like, according to your deacon, sun, moon, rising, one for you, one for your person. Just use your intuition because we all have it. Be sure to press like and subscribe, and now let's get into your readings. So this is going to be pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So see which one of those resonates with you most. This one is law is not justice, rules that are not fair. This is impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, fresh perspective. And this one is all in the golden afternoon. Inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. Okay, so go ahead and choose which one you would like. I'm gonna put these here. And let's go ahead and get your cards. Cancer. Cancer, please. Are you sure this isn't a Leo reading? Okay. Cancer, please. Cancer. Cancer, please. One more card for Cancer. One more card for Cancer, please. One more card for Cancer. I'll take from the middle. Cancer. Okay, or we can have 2. Okay. So, if you chose pile number 1, your reading is going to start now. Interesting. Okay. So, you have, again, law is not justice, rules that are not fair, a leg up, himself, attune to the call, tune in and turn on, 10 of Wands, justice, the 2 of air, strength, the sun, 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and Justice. Okay. It seems as if there is some there is some sort of situation which required a lot of strength and fortitude in the past. What we're doing is we're looking for a better outcome, and it seems as if perhaps there was injustice in a situation. I mean, it's screaming in here. There is a decision that needs to be made, and I think that, I mean, the goal is to put some sort of burden down and to enter into a time and space that is just happier and, you know, where there's clarity. It seems, like I said before, a decision needs to be made, and it really feels like you're either being called to do something or you are being asked to tune into your, it's like there's a universal assist. So tuning into your intuition is going to really give you the support that you need, because whatever it is that you are trying to set right, or, you know, that you have this need to put to correction, some type of correction, it may go ahead and not just help you, but others in your wake. It seems for some of you, it may be as simple as just deciding to do something that's what's best for you and looking to the universe to give you guidance to be able to make the best decision and to set it right. For others of you, it's larger than that. It's really wrestling with two concepts that on the surface appear to be true, and it's like a debate is going on here where either of them can be true depending on what you argue. But also in this situation, if this is a larger an issue for a group or a community or a family or a relationship at large, both of those things cannot necessarily be true. You're choosing to pick the one that, you know, the side that leans towards justice and not just how it's supposed to be. And to go ahead and to create more balance in whatever this larger dynamic is. Your advice is essentially to invest in it, to put yourself into that, whatever fight this is, because pretty much you're being asked to set it right. It does feel as if I think you've already kind of put your mind to it, but it's about that initial, however you felt initially when this came up, whenever you decided it was an itch that needed to be scratched, using that spark and that passion to drive to justice is really what the advice here is. And it may be some time, it may take some, you know, balancing of other things that you have going on in your life to get to a more stable place, but it's like it's a calling, and you're going to be setting a stage for more balance and more fairness, whether that just be in your own life for you, or as a, you know, in a larger sense. This reading very well could be, you know, this is a social justice warrior reading. So if you have that going on in your life, then this should resonate with you, and it's asking you to take the step, because success it's not going to be, you know, the easiest, but success is inevitably going to come to you. If this is more of a personal battle, Just know that you do have resources out there, other people, as well as just asking your, the universal energy and your guides to help you. Okay, so if you chose number 1, this reading was for you. And I'm going to pull it back, and we're going to move on to pile number 2. Okay. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So you have impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, fresh perspective. You have between worlds, fairies of the future, plant seeds of intention, go, grow, glow. It's a tongue twister. You have the 9 of Cups and the Moon. Okay? All right. If you chose pile number 2, it seems like you are in a situation where you may have already made your decision, and you're either in the process of moving to something. You've already had that initial spark, the initial idea, something that you probably never imagined could happen, something that may seem too good to be true. You maybe have already decided to take a step towards it. You're not too sure what you're going to find. You do feel like you're unassured of the outcome, but something within you has asked you to step boldly forward. And right now, we're kind of in that in-between time. Whatever this is, the choice was made so that you could, we're moving towards the goal of self-assuredness, being, having emotional contentment and satisfaction. And it may have taken a little bit of time and consideration and going over it again and again, and a little bit of pushing yourself to get yourself going with it. But right now, although you're not sure what the outcome is going to be, I think that you are moving forward with the best of energy. And you may question yourself every once in a while, but I think that you've already started to see the benefits of whatever change this is for you. It could be, I don't know, going back to school, starting a new, maybe, starting a business instead of, you're probably still working for someone, but maybe starting a business and knowing that in the future you're going to have more options. It could very well be just something that you learned about yourself in the past, few months, maybe 6 months to 8 months, that a whole new way of looking at yourself, or what you want for your life, and just stepping into that and starting to, take step after step, move after move towards it. I think that you're going to, it feels like you're going to come up against a time where the load of everything you're trying to accomplish is a little bit much to bear. And what it's asking you to do is to remember why you set out to do it, and to essentially, it's asking you to remember that passion and what that, you know, leap was that you took and why you took it, and just being able to kind of determine what the priorities are. At any given moment, our priorities shift, right? And as we transition from one space into another, you know, how we determine what that's going to be depends how long on the road we are. But this looks very promising. I absolutely love this. Plant seeds of intention. Go, grow, glow. It's a very powerful and very comforting energy, even as you're moving through, you know, your overall energy is the moon. And so that's what your overall focus is. And so it's just really about remembering why you did it, and that, you know, clarity can come by just taking a moment to look around and see what you've accomplished, and know that whatever comes up, if you just approach it in the same fiery way that you began this, that success will be yours. Yeah. Okay, I think that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, pile number 2. And I'm going to pull this back, and we're going to move on to pile number 3. Okay, if you chose pile number 3, you have all in the golden afternoon, inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. Time to go. He of the fiery sword. Okay. Oh, sorry. You hold the key to an awakened life. Set yourself free. Page of Pentacles. The 3 of air. The 9 of water. The strength, the sun, the 2 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and justice. Okay. So this is a little bit similar to pile number 2. It is a little bit different in the fact that if you chose this pile, you may have not yet made the decision to move on in your journey, but you have had that spark and inspiration to do so. You know, pile number 2, it was like they had already made the decision and were a little bit on their journey, but you know that there's value in this, and because you want to move from, you know, some type of disappointment or hurt, and you want to move into a place of emotional contentment, you know, essentially finding what that is for you. It's giving you support and letting you know that you have the, whatever you've been through, whatever gave you this idea to set off on a journey, the universe wants you to know that you hold the key to whatever freedom or justice or new life it is that you want to create. and that's going to be different for everyone. You also have He of the Fiery Sword, which is really like the Yang card of that fairy oracle. And so what it's asking you to do is to, now that you've gathered up, you know, and applied everything that you have to it, your passion, your thought, your essentially your life force, now it's time to take the step. Now it's time to actually set off on that course, because it's like a promise. But we need to get to the point where we're approaching, you know, that next plateau, that next decision, that next part of our journey. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's essentially asking you to begin. Let's see, is there anything else? This and probably maybe other readings you've had, or if you've had a personal reading lately, or if you've been talking to family and friends, this is probably becoming more and more clear to you. I think that there's a little bit of reticence or hesitation because you're not sure what you're going to face. But that's true any day of our lives. So it's really just about knowing that. I'm surprised the magician isn't here, but it's just about knowing that you have within you what it takes to manifest this and to find success in this next journey. We just need to be brave and bold and, you know, sometimes, pardon the French, but cut through our own bullshit to move forward. And you have justice here, but you also have justice and protection here. So the time has come to set yourself free. Okay, that is what I have for you. Thank you, Cancer, for participating in this experiment I'm doing of, you know, pick a card and a, you know, general energy tarot reading. And please like and subscribe if you found that any of these resonated with you. Thanks so much, and mahalo.